Well, it is hard to believe that it's been 10 years since James Bay burst onto the scene with his debut single, Let It Go. He's one of my favourite artists, and I was absolutely chuffed to sit down with him during his Aussie tour to talk about his decade-long career, parenthood, and why he really, really, really loves Australia.
Come on, let it go. Just let it be. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me.
James Bay, welcome to Australia.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to be back.
It's so nice to have you here because I've only spoken to you over Zoom.
I know.
So I was beginning to think that maybe you weren't even real.
Well, same. But here you are. You look fantastic. I'm so happy to be back. My experience of Australia always, definitely by the first show, but actually as soon as I'm out of the airport, there's a familiarity, there's an ease. I never feel like I get here enough, so it's nice when I do, pandemic aside, to sort of come here like I am this time for we're here for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
big fan.
feel like it's because we have the same sort of sense of humour and
Ultimately.
we don't take ourselves that seriously?
Ultimately, yes. And that's a big part of it. That's a sort of foundational layer. But particularly the sort of Australian reaction to live music. It's different in England, it's different in America, it's different all over the world. And it's uniquely wonderful here.
Tell me now, 'cause I believe in something. I believe in us.
Tell me, what is the first thing that you do when you get off the plane to come here?
What do I do when I get off the plane? Like try and stand up. Feel kind of horrendous because I've been in a big metal tube for 20 hours. And then, usually the time zone or the sort of time of day is kind of on our side when we've come to Australia. So it's like somewhere for a little beer. It's not like a full pint here in a pub.
No.
Is that right?
So there's all different sizes and there's a lot of, this is a point of contention between states even.
Wow.
So we call it a schooner.
Love that
Which
word.
is the original size. It's good.
Big fan. I'm really into that.
I like the schooner. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's the perfect
a
size.
pint is a bit of a meal.
In Melbourne, they've got big ones and then they've got little ones. I think they're called pots. And they're
Okay.
tiny. It's like,
Pretty cute.
but it's like a little tiny baby beer.
I can do that.
Well, not a
I'm-
beer for
I'm
babies.
I'm a lightweight.
She takes all my broken pieces and she puts them together.
How is parenthood?
Yeah, well, my daughter, Ada, she's 2.5. It's very wild being a parent and doing this for a living. It's a difficult thing to navigate.
Yeah, I bet.
And, you know, because every 5 minutes she's sort of grown up a bit more and she's a bit more switched on to what's happening and the fact that I am there or I'm not there or whatever. It's intense.
Does it change the way that you write music? You had 2 new songs out
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Does it sort of shift the way you think of it, or even your creative process? Because I imagine it'd be a bit more interrupted.
I'm still finding out the answer to your question, to be honest. You know, first year of a baby's life, very much a baby, tiny little baby. And then, you know, they really, kids start to sort of really open out and become a person and a sort of human being by 18 months, 2.5, you know.
I wonder what age it'll be where she'll sort of cotton on and realise that you're kind of a big deal.
No, I mean, I hope that sort of never happens, to be honest. As long as she likes me. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't need to know. If I were to walk around thinking I'm a big deal, regardless of what anyone else thinks, I don't know if that's healthy for what I do. I'm striving all the time. I want to reach slightly unobtainable goals. Because if I try for those, then what happens on the way, hopefully will be decent.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so wide.
Let It Go, Hold Back the River. They came out 10 years ago, mate.
I know.
And so you've been making a life out of this
Yeah,
for
a lot longer.
Longer than a decade.
Yeah. Okay, all right, I'll
You've-
take that. I mean, I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of that, you know. And
By
it
the way,
takes
that
a lot
does
of
make
work.
me feel a bit old.
Same. You know, and I'm really proud that I got to double figures so far. I signed a record deal 11 years ago, and I'm still signed with that record label, you know, and they still want me, and I still want them, and we still put music out, and that's it's a privilege.
Well, we're very lucky to have you come visit us, so thank you. And thank you
Pleasure.
for the chat.
No worries, thank you.
Well, it was a lovely chat, wasn't it?
was,
He's
yeah,
a beautiful
really
guy.
lovely, he is. Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
always
What's she
happens.
talking about?